Well, welcome back, and this is part 3 of our pitching series. Now, one thing all great golfers that pitch well share is control of the trajectory. And that was a huge part of Phil Rodgers' teaching. He didn't want players to invent different swings or try to manipulate the golf club too much. He wanted a simple motion that stayed the same, and then make small adjustments in the setup and the loft that changed the flight of the golf ball. Now today, I want to show you exactly how to do that. And then I'll show you how to expand this into a really useful progression once the fundamentals are solid. Now, the first thing to understand is that the motion you've built in the earlier videos doesn't change. That flat spot stays long. The release stays neutral, and the rhythm doesn't speed up or slow down. What changes is the relationship between the ball position, the handle, and the loft that you choose. When those three match the shot, you can play any trajectory you want without feeling like you're making a big difference at all. Now, for a lower flight, which some would just consider to be a chip shot, I'm going to move the ball slightly back of center and let the handle sit a touch forward. I'm going to use a lower lofted wedge so the club itself helps me get that penetrating launch. Everything else stays the same. Now for that stock trajectory pitch, the one Phil wanted most players to master first, I'm setting up with the ball slightly forward in my stance, the handle neutral, and I'm just going to be using my standard 56-degree sand wedge. Now there's no trick to this one. It's the shot you should build your short game around because it's the most widely used all the way during your round of golf. Now for that higher flight, I'm simply moving the ball a little forward in my stance and using my highest lofted wedge. I'm not opening the face excessively, and I'm not trying to help the ball up. Phil never wanted that. I'm just letting the loft do the work. So once you're comfortable with this new golf swing, for your pitch shots, there's a modern extension I'd like to add. It's naturally easy to build a predictable set of distances by using the same motion with all your wedges. And if you want to take it one step further, you can also introduce all the different length backswings with all your wedges to create a matrix. Now this is next level, but if you've got 3 wedges, and you've got 3 different backswing lengths, that's 9 different distances, all inside 100 meters. And that stays perfectly consistent with Phil's philosophy because the motion itself never changes. Now, once you reach that stage where you can manage your trajectory by hitting different wedges and you can hit predictable distances, the journey is really just beginning. This is where pitching becomes a craft. Every lie you face, whether it's tight or sitting up, invites you to make small refinements. Every slope, uphill or downhill, side hill, changes how the ball reacts off the face and how it lands. Wind can completely change the flight window. And different green speeds and firmness dictate how much spin and release you want. Now with this foundation though, you can build dozens of reliable shots that all come from the same motion. Now if you blend this all together, you get a complete pitching system that's simple, repeatable, and incredibly versatile, which is what you need around the greens. That setup gives you the flight. The loft gives you the landing characteristic, and the consistent motion just ties it all together and makes it work. And once you start layering into course conditions of slope and wind and lie, you're going to find that you have a system that allows you to continually get better. So practice these trajectories, watch how the ball reacts, and you'll start seeing just how much scoring potential Phil's ideas really unlock for you. Well, I hope you really enjoyed this 3-part series on pitching and what I got out of Phil Rodgers when I was around him a lot. He lived a life of golf. He passed away in 2018, but he was still coaching until the very end. And if you actually want to watch him actually hit these shots in his older age, Steve Elkington actually got a golf lesson from him, and that's available, easy to find on YouTube, Secret in the Dirt channel, where he actually is still demonstrating the motion. Must have been in his late 70s. If you enjoy this channel, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, especially because I love to hear from you. We'll see you on the next video.